After a 6-hour meeting yesterday afternoon, MOST's National Council are again in session today. Over recent weeks, MOST representatives have been presenting the list of economic reforms they want to implement to the two biggest coalitions and are expecting their official written appraisals of those proposals on Monday. Once they have received them, MOST will decide what their next step will be. MOST's leader, Božo Petrov, has rejected STP leader Zoran Milanovic's offer of the parliamentary speaker's chair if MOST joins the STP-led coalition. This afternoon in Brussels, a meeting between the European Union and Turkey on the refugee crisis is taking place. EU leaders are planning to sign an agreement with Turkey which would offer €3 billion of financial assistance in return for Ankara's cooperation in slowing down the refugee influx into Europe. All 28 of the EU's prime ministers will attend the summit. However, it is still not clear if Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan himself will be there. In the last 24 hours, just over 2,000 refugees entered Slovenia, the lowest daily influx since the course of the so-called Balkan migration route was diverted from Hungary to Croatia and Slovenia in mid-September. Refugee centres are almost empty, with the exception of Dobova in Slovenia, where there were 286 migrants this morning. The Macedonian army has begun to erect a fence on its border with Greece near the Idomeni crossing. The fence is similar to the one put up by Hungary on its border with Croatia and Serbia. At 1 p.m. on Monday, the deadline by which those Croatian citizens who lost their savings in the now defunct Ljubljanska Bank must check if they have a valid savings book expires. If citizens haven't presented this evidence by this time, then they won't be able to apply for their savings to be returned to them. Around 130,000 people in Croatia are seeking the return of a total of €180 million from the Slovenian bank. Today marks the beginning of Advent. Last night, the finishing touches were put to the Christmas decorations in Zagreb's main square, where the first of the 4 Advent candles were lit. Meanwhile, the open-air ice rink in King Tomislav Square was opened, as was the Advent Fair in the nearby Zrinjevac Park. Sport, and in the 18th round of the Croatian Football League, Rijeka beat Istra 1-0 yesterday, while Split's Hajduk defeated Zagreb away from home 2-0. Rijeka is top of the table with 38 points, second is Hajduk with a point less, and third with 5 points less is Zagreb's Dinamo, who play a local derby against Lokomotiva today. In the third round of water polo's Champions League, Dubrovnik's Jug defeated the Hungarian side Zolnok 10-9 at home. This is their third victory in Group B. However, in Group A, Rijeka's Primorje lost to the Greek side Olympiakos 7-4 away from home. Rijeka have 2 wins and 1 defeat. And the Croatian women's handball team has won the Croatia Cup tournament in the Istrian town of Umag. A small 3-team friendly tournament, the Croatian team first beat Slovakia last Thursday 29-19 and then last night defeated Germany 27-24. This afternoon's forecast calls for mainly sunny weather in most of the country. It'll be moderately cloudy on the northern Adriatic coast and in central inland regions. There'll be a moderate southerly and southwesterly wind in places inland. On the coast, a northeasterly Bura wind will subside and turn to a northwesterly, with a southwesterly wind on the northern coast. It will be a little warmer than yesterday, with highs of between 5 and 9 degrees Celsius inland and between 10 and 15 degrees on the coast and in the Dalmatian and Istrian interiors. The next few days will be a little warmer and mostly dry, and there should be plenty of sunshine. There will be some early morning fog in places, more frequent during midweek, and there will be passing high cloud cover during Tuesday. On the coast, the next few days will be mostly sunny and warm. There will be occasional high cloud cover along the northern coast. There will be a light to moderate southwesterly and northwesterly wind with a southeasterly Jugo wind on Tuesday.